Don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance, please subscribe. Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance, please subscribe. Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance, please subscribe. Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance, please subscribe. Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance, please subscribe. Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance, please subscribe. Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance, please subscribe. Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance, please subscribe. Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance, please subscribe.
My affirmations are a real beat. You on your seat, you the one. Ain't nobody fucking with you. Hype me up, hype me up, hype me up. I hype me up. I got 99 followers, but I got 100 reads. If it rains, sleet, or snow, I'm a ball air season. Cause I gotta hype me up, hype me up, hype me up. On me. My affirmations are a real beat. You on your seat, you the one. Ain't nobody fucking with you. Hype me up, hype me up, hype me up. I hype me up. I got 99
What up, y'all? Good morning, y'all. Happy Sunday, y'all. What y'all doing, y'all? I'm just checking in because I received an email, right? And it was like, Pap, where you at? Pap, where you at? But when I come on and I look down there, you're not here. So that's why I'm not here as much. Turn on your notifications, subscribe to the channel, and show that you are joining the chat, at least coming by to say hi, and then I'll start coming on a way lot more. Right now, it just went down from 6 to 2, right? But you just might miss some of my critiquing and analytic views on what's going on out here in the community. I'm aware, I see that whole catfish. I see the rebuttal coming from Bookham. I see that Alicia girl on Sylvia's neck. I see Sylvia's shit. I see Dennis Byron's. I see who else we got out here. Well, that other boy, I just don't watch anymore like that, but I see it all. I think the only thing that I have to say to the public out here, no matter who people say they are, who they want to be, what education they may have endured, do you. Even if what you're saying is to agitate someone or if it's your truth, keep in mind that you don't have to show anybody nothing unless you are in a legal courtroom up under the law and the oath. That's about it. If you want to continue to say things that does not fit what other people perception is, who gives a shit? Proving something to someone you absolutely don't know and can give two shits about is the most absurd shit to me. Say what you got to say and let it be. That's just how I roll over. And that's just a little bit of word advice. Never let no one take that away from you. Who gives a hoot if you're wrong? There is no big reward out here on YouTube for being right. And the only big reward that you'll get when someone thinks that you're wrong or says that you're wrong is a big old back and forth beef. There's no monetary shit in that either. Now, if it ever decides to pay you, then by all means, of course, show it and then the bullshit. But kind of when it don't, you should have shits and giggles channel just like I do over here. Shits and goddamn giggles. Now, I'm supposed to come back later on this evening. I going to be meeting with some people, but that will be in a private zone for just a little bit of my time today. But I also have to deal with something else earlier today, but who gives a hoot about that? Now, you probably want to know what in the hell am I talking about because sometimes I speak in riddles, right? Oh, I'll blabber on, whichever way you want to call it, but pertaining to the hi Miss Brown, happy Sunday morning. The shit that's going on with infamous Sylvia and Bookham over there. We'll have to wait pretty much until doomsday come. They'll have their day in court. Do I have my opinion about it? Absolutely. I think that it's just going to fall apart, just like the other appearance in court with a bunch of buffalo. I'm bringing up something, you guys. Um, I was also, told in one of my emails respectfully, and I respect that. I was like, that's what I want. So, step to me, let me know. But of course, in their speculation or their opinion, I guess I should say, they felt that I was being biased and not holding infamous Sylvia accountable about that goddamn tracker. First and foremost, respectfully, to be honest, I don't give a fuck if Sylvia put 30,000 damn trackers on that boy car. Second of all, I can also see reasons now after they put their debate or their argument out here live over a personal business transaction that they did. I can make an opinion about it. And I can tell you that had it been me, and after one or two payments that was agreed upon to pay on a vehicle was um, violated, then of course I'm going to try to keep track of my vehicle as well. I have to be perfectly honest. And I look at that as a way of us also advancing in technology out here so that you would be able to deal with a situation that occurred like that. I know you guys remember that. Oh my God, you got to call 911. You either got to report the car stolen. Sometimes the cops can apprehend your car back successfully, probably in a matter of, of seconds or a month or so. But now having a tracker, in some instances, kind of makes sense to do. I also thought about it, when you leasing a vehicle, buying a vehicle or whatever, and you start missing those payments. Of course, they're gonna want to track the vehicle down. Now, not only that, my email friend, who I love you dearly, sweetheart, but let me tell you why I think that both of them should go on and do what they're going to do with each other in the court of law. When we point out one situation, I think that it's fair that the other situation that occurred also gets pointed out, meaning that, yes, everybody hooped and hollered and was pissed off, and Sylvia put this tracking on this boy's car. But this boy also set up and talked about how he bugged her home. That's illegal too. Did she give him permission to bug her home? Now, granted, he's a character of comedy. He's a character of showing out. He's a character of saying what he got to say to piss somebody off and also start propaganda. He's known for that. Doesn't take much to, analyze and figure that out, right? But he's known for that. But he said that, right? And I'm pretty sure now we're going to take it back to the legality of the situation. My email lovely friend, when they go in court and he tries to prove all of this stuff and the tracker was done this, and Sylvia pounces out the part about, well, he missed the payments on this and the payments on this and the payments on that. And Bookham is going to try to counteract with his argument by saying that, well, he got the alternator fixed and fan belt and he put a new gas tank on. He's going to start saying all of that, which that has absolutely nothing to do with why the fuck he missed the payments. When you are in possession of someone's vehicle and things go wrong, or your vehicle had it, let it be because he was purchasing it through a business, personal deal, right? Then you are responsible. You took it as is, has no paperwork of saying if the owners would fix this prior to him paying a deposit or whatever it was for him to have possession of that vehicle. But since he got possession of the vehicle and paid whatever dividends that was necessary to satisfy them for him to get handed car keys and drive the fuck off, then those responsibilities are his. But how can one person sway to one side, even though I get it, infamous Sylvia is not liked? Me, I don't make those decisions on whether if I like anybody or not out here, except for one person. And y'all know who that pretty much is. I can't stand that bitch. I can't stand all of this. I can't stand if you're doing the exact same thing as I am, which is on YouTube, right? Talking shit, laughing about shit. I don't get involved in shit. I just talk about shit, but getting involved in shit, which she has done a lot of times, right? Making up shit, whole bunch of shit, then you're no better than I. You're no better than the majority of the people that are out here speaking. So who in the hell are you? They talk about common sense, right? Where's your common sense? You could do all this yippity yapping and all this stuff about whatever degrees. The type of people that you're around with degrees that are not even out here on YouTube with that person to talk their shit along with it. She just talks about them. Who the hell does that? Cuckoo people, right? But anywho, that's that one person. But I feel that if damage control is going to be on infamous Sylvia, then there's also damage control that should, if people decide to make those opinions and speculations about it, should also be on Bookham for the things that he said. In my opinion, and it's a very highly likely, probable opinion, neither one of them are going to win that case. It's not that hard for a judge to say, okay, well, you were wrong and you were wrong. How do they make a decision on who's going to win if you got two wrongs? Because two wrongs don't make a right. They both did some bullfilet shit to each other out here. It's insane. Not only that, if you backtrack with their resumes, they were homie, lover, or not lover, homie, YouTube pals. See, a person like me, I'm gonna dig in your background of your association, of your relationship coming from YouTube, just YouTube. I'm gonna look at these videos. And you got to get down to the nitty. Okay, where did this all fall out? First of all, we can pretty much pinpoint the common denominator in the one element, jealousy. You can add that. This is a jealousy thing. This is a YouTube fight that turned into this whole freaking hot mess out here. So the same rule that first judge applied to both of them, I believe is the same rule that's going to get applied to them on this next go round in the court of law. Get this bull crap about my courtroom and y'all leave each other alone. It's easier said as done, but was it as easy as it was for one person than the other? Absolutely not. Whatever move that that Sylvia decided to make now, Bookham is watching her. And he's putting out and he's doing whatever it is, not only for him to start this speculation or this roo rah rah out here. He says it so that others can grasp hold of it and also start their speculations, their propaganda. I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that, right? In a second. And so, my email friend, I love you dearly, but I am no shape or form or fashion will ever be biased, especially when all of this information is sitting right out here in front of you. No, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much, sweetheart. Happy Sunday morning, babe. I'm getting ready to get up out of here because I was only going to do 30 minutes because I need to be out this door no later than 10:30. So one did to the other that the other did not like done unto him. They lost respect for each other. They have been fighting each other for a long, very, very, very long time. Very long time. And it got nasty. That's pretty much it. Now, Sylvia, with the force of power that may be behind her, may be influencing her that you should push it this, you should do that, you should do this, and you should do that. Now, coming from the background of those two individuals that I happen to watch, and most of you guys happen to watch, I'm going to put this on the line. Unless there are people in my backyard that is willing to put their money up and with me to go and fight someone where a case can cost you a pretty good hefty penny, I ain't following those people. I never have and I never will. I don't give two rats ass how much of a best friend you say you are, or whether if you are my mother, because I can analyze pretty much far ahead how a situation is going to turn out at the end. They fought. They dug up each other's shit. What one did to the other did back, just in a different form, pretty much. But it was back and forth. So I'm supposed to run up in the courtroom, right? And try to prove a case where I know it's very likely and highly possible that whatever their defense team is, or the prosecution side, is going to have all of this evidence that I'm going to have to combat with or answer to. How you gonna get around that when I know that I rolled in the mud as well? Oh, I get it. This is where we get to say, well, it's because, and it's because, and it's because he did, and it's because he did that. So now we're gonna play the tit for tat because someone tapped me on my shoulder and I didn't like it. And I cussed him out because I didn't like it. That I'm ready to go run down to a courthouse and get them people all my freaking money on some bullshit. You have to know when bullshit is bullshit. I understand that people have different levels of feelings and we hurt in different ways. But what hurts the most is to ridiculously burn your money on some bullshit. The courts love it. You want to bring it to them? Oh, they love your money. The police officers that has to put in overtime or whatever to investigate your case and send back there laughing their ass off on both of these goddamn reports. Stupid. What? And it's both from both sides. It's steaming to basically prove a point. That's all it is. And it's going to come back out here to YouTube. So there can be lots of laughs about it. And of course, over here, shits and giggles. Of course. Because we are, or at least I am, regardless if there's anybody here to hear it, right? But my sweetheart in my emails, don't call me biased. I am very fair. And to give you, again, my honest opinion about Brooklyn and a Sylvia, first of all and foremost, I don't give a rat's ass about neither one of them. My life continues on. I just sit back in the bushes and laugh at they damn buffale and the attention that both of them warrants from the public on bullshit. That's it. That's all. I think that the judge, whomever it is that they appear in front of, throw they bullshit up out of there, take both of their monies. I do. And say ta-ta. I hope that the people that is going to war behind these people will have definitely a good wake-up call, especially if you are helping these people to obtain attorneys, transportation, and all whatever comes with it that you done paid money, hotel rooms, wherever the fuck they got to go. I'm laughing at them because it's a waste of goddamn money when you could be putting your money somewhere else. But now we're going to put our money to, we got to go prove a point. What? We got to prove a point. You prove a point by going to sit your ass down, keeping your money in your pocket, and getting the hell social distance away from the mother sucker that's agitating you. Period. Now, before anybody says that, oh, well, you're contradicting yourself, because I'm going to bring you back to something that I remember. And this was about the catfish bit lady, right? And she was over there, and I'm going to tap, and I'm going to do such and such, and slap. I guess to look at it as if, or like Infamous Sylvia and Bookham, how bad that they wanted to get a situation done in the courtroom, right? And they spending their money. And I did put that challenge out there to catfish. I was dead goddamn serious until reality slapped me in my face and realized, bitch, you just talking. If y'all remember, I told bitch, I will meet you in court. I would spend 20,000 on this type of shit. Just, but see, when I say just that, it's like I'm just trying to make a point. That's the part that slapped reality back into me. I'm making a point. And I said, yeah, I spent 20 grand. Let's go to court. Remember all that? I'm gonna send you the cease and desist. Let's go, because then I get to really know who you are, because you're gonna have to bring me all your real shit, because I'm gonna ask for it, I'm gonna pay for it, and for it to be discovered, to put in the discovery. Well, that never happened. So you guys can rest your pretty faces on that. That never happened. But when I tell you reality slapped me in my face, and I looked at my bitch, who the hell is you finna spend 20 grand on? I was like, but that's all YouTube, right? There's no freaking way, none, that I would have spent 200 to go sit up in a courtroom to battle out what she said and I said, and who finna do that? No, I just walk away and continue to stay out here on YouTube and laugh at her ass. Now, that brings me to one of her lives she did, right? And she was speaking in a foreign language. There was nobody there. So you would have not known until she put up her postings, right? Of something she puts on her board. Unfortunately, I don't read a board like that. But she went on the record again, addressing a comment that was, I guess, attached to something that she put up. Now, here's the problem that I had with this situation, and I'm going to tell you guys, it's related back to me just talking to you about your opinions and your speculations, your perception of things. If it's yours, then you own it. Okay? Even if it is wrong, own it. You know why? Because it eats her the fuck up and it blows her face up all the time. And I like that shit. Now, there isn't a such thing as a defense. What do you call that paperwork? Transcript. Okay? What fucking transcript? So that was that. However, with whomever that was behind that profile, they said that, you were wrong because, read the defense transcript. Sometimes we'll say some things, right? You know what you want to say, but it just didn't come out to what you meant to say. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that, but when you do such things and you are placing yourself into a challengeable moment, with this woman out here, and this is to the entire YouTube people that happens to listen and you want to comment and tap in on her page, right? I'm here to tell you that don't even waste your time, because what you're going to get from her is an argument that she absolutely loves to have. It's an argument that when it comes to one element other than dick and men, she become repetitious and is in demand of winning that particular argument. That's this page right here. So as a dear friend to everybody out here in the community, if I was you, I wouldn't waste my time, because just that 30 seconds of a reading of that comment cost you a, what was this, 6-7 hour live. It takes her 6 to 7 hours. Sometimes she'll get up to 19 hours to prove a point. It doesn't take that long. That's the funny part about this catfish that I absolutely crack myself up about. You're just proving a point. Do you think that it would take a judge, that a judge will sit there and listen to her proving 19 hours on one freaking element that was maybe a 5-second reading in a comment? Why do you take so long? Repetitions. When you do that, you just like to hear yourself talk, right? You just feel like that you got to press on to try to be a particular winner over somebody, right? Only on one, two, paperwork and dicks. Men. Mm. She'll get down on a 19-hour long about all these different male constituents and what they did and how they did it and why they did it and who she didn't hang with and why to hang with, and your community is a bum community and you all are bums and you all are dummies. 19 goddamn hours. You can pretty much sum that up, if your point is correct, probably in less than 5 minutes. You just call a person what it is and be done with it. But she'll go on and on and on. But moving fast forward, right? I didn't grab the timeline of it, but she made a statement. And I just want to say this, right? And this is just my opinion, okay? She made a statement and did a comparison of Sean Puffy Combs' trial and R. Kelly's trial, okay? And I'm guessing that that's what her opinion, I'm gonna call it opinion, whether she feels that it was factual, but I'm gonna call it opinion, that the difference in those two is that R. Kelly conviction came from a non-consensual relationships or whatever happened with the minor. We all read that, right? We all read that. And I also remember telling you guys once when that one indictment dropped, how that judge Ann Donnelly had put indefinitely in there. Then once I kept reading that and kept reading that, piece by piece, R. Kelly indictments were just unfolding, supersede, but that word indefinitely never was abstract from that paperwork. It was there. So after that, you got the developing of a story. You got people coming out of the woodworks, and this person was this age, and this person was this age. And okay, so she wanted to point that out very boldly. She just kept going in, just on it and on it. And why is it so that you people can't understand and you all can't understand? I don't think that is the fact that the people don't understand it in catfish. I think that it's just the people rather not talk it and keep bringing it to the highlight of things out here. I think that those are coming from like the real R. Kelly supporters because everybody either read the transcript, were reenacting the transcript out, and also saw plenty of times the 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 trial that was going on. Well, everybody saw the shit. So what you're saying isn't really golden, I believe I would say. It's not really that golden, but coming from you, because you don't live in the hood and because you've had such great education and everybody out here, parent, did not do their job with helping their children become smart. I would wonder what you would have to say about those who were born into slavery, where they wasn't even entitled to even have books or anything, because most of the people out here, I'm not just saying here in this community, I'm talking about overall in general in this world, ended up with those type of parents. Ended up where a lot of them couldn't afford to send their kids to school. Respectfully, somewhere in your pea brain, headed ass, maybe you should think about that. Maybe you should think about the age of a lot of people out here who had to come from that timeline of life and just still trying to make the best of what they have to live life. Maybe you should think about that. The crazy thing, though, Catfish, is that I believe, according to some of your paperwork that I've seen posted out here, I believe you went bankruptcy. I'm probably trying to get that education or whatever you did concerning with law school. Fucked up. It's kind of fucked up situation to be in. I'm gonna go get all of this knowledge, but I'm gonna be broke as fuck trying to pay for it, for me getting it, especially when I'm not using it anymore, or in a legality way to earn those big bucks. That shit crazy as hell. But I can talk about it for the rest of my life. Your achievement as far as this alleged attorney that you say you are, and I'm sure a lot of people probably looked it up, it has no attorney power behind it, meaning that I don't even think people can find you in the top 10 or the top 20 of the Forbes magazine to be being a world best, I don't know, efficient attorney. You're not in there. I'm trying to understand how you talk so much shit. You're not in it. You're not even on any fucking talk shows. They done had some of the worst freaking attorneys who gives their perception on things on talk shows. You're not even on there. That I'm pretty sure that they'll get paid for on that. You took all of that goddamn education in law school or home law school, whatever, to do this type of shit, to undermine people where you're still, or at your age, stuck on a lump on a log. What the fuck? It's embarrassing. I think that as an alleged legal advisor or attorney or whatever the crap you are, you should at least have some type of promising show or some type of resume of showing some people that you actually had some encounters with on that type of level. Like we see them over there on Roland Martin and all of those type of debates and shit. No, you would rather do this shit because I guess what, it makes you feel bigger and better over these people that come into this community. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. And that, I won't say developing because it's already developed. Those pills that you're popping and knowing that it gives you a big swollen face ain't never going away because of the person that you have. You're being punished. You're getting your ass whooped. because of the person that you are. So you can talk all of that yin yang about, oh, because you care and because you did and you hate to see people and you people are done. But baby, your heart is dirty as hell. It is. It's very dirty. You want people to care about the shit that you say you don't like. I took a list of all of the stuff that you don't like down to even, I guess, socks, food, outside, a whole bunch of shit. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Everything that a lot of stuff that you say that you don't like is a lot of stuff that God has made accessible for people to live life. Not like something that, you know, people work through of achieving things that God has given to happen for people. Stupid. Like in common sense. Yeah, your common sense don't work. It absolutely don't work. But back to you giving your perception on the comparison of R. Kelly's case and Puff Daddy case. See, in layman terms, you basically pretty much says that, or foreign terms, that, this is what R. Kelly gets. This is what he done. There is no way for him to get up out of it. But that's not really my precise point to make. Puff Daddy Combs, in my opinion, only had how many witnesses, character witnesses on that stand? Probably two, I think, two or three. So now they're going into the second week of it, and they'll have more witnesses, character witnesses on the stand. And this is to that person, that rebuttal in a comment that you literally call stupid probably about 50 times with your dumb ass, with your dumb ass, with your dumb ass. I'm trying to understand, how do you predict what the up and coming character witnesses are going to say in this case? I'm trying to understand that because I can't. But let's just do a what if. What if there is a character witness that takes that stand, all because the information that is out here now is very much so similar to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's case when it comes to testimonies on the stand and immunity. For some apparent reason, you refuse to understand the fact of, or mentioning, going or thinking above the surface level of these people who were offered immunity to testify against Mr. Kelly. Obviously, that's just like way over your fucking head. Now, the law stands as it may be, right? But when it comes to what the public thought about it and using common sense, and or what we as the public would have liked for the way that trial to have been ran, which would stop giving people immunity, number one, that is also involved in a heap of shit of what you're trying to do to one person. You missed that part, I guess. You don't talk about that part. The community out here for R. Kelly was basically yelling, well, if you're going to take him down, then you need to take down the rest. I get it that they can dig back in the crates and somehow remix the gumbo up to bring forward witnesses that you had already had faced, or that you had already, according to DNAs and previous conversations or actions from another, had been already settled out of court. I don't get down. I would never want to get down with me making a settlement to someone, paying them a substantial amount of money to mend a situation. A lot of these people did that. We're going to sue you. We're going to do this. Money was transferred, go away. But then to see them come back and to tell their story again after you agreed to take a settlement offer, we know all of that because a lot of them, I believe, allegedly was made through that, what's her name, sued that attorney down there in Chicago. I forget her name, and I don't want to say it wrong. These are how R. Kelly supporters pretty much look at it. And we know that you done picked up every goddamn book for the law. Everybody, I guess you done made that perfectly goddamn clear to make your point. But I think what you cannot do, no matter how much you preach and take it to the fifth floor, is take away how R. Kelly supporters or his fans feels about this case. You can't take that away at all. You can preach all that goddamn shit about them damn law. But when you out here and you got 200, 300, maybe 2 or 3,000 people seeing some things go down in the court of law, and you're the only one out here yapping against what these people have seen and decide to put their perception on it, why won't you just let them have it? It's the stupidest shit ever. Just let them have it. Just let them have it. Because in some sense, you don't see what they see. In some sense, just because the way that you preach it and the way you attempt to try to down people to teach it doesn't make you all the way right, because in the court of law, things can turn. Just like what you're saying now about the comparison of, or the difference in Sean Puffy Combs trial and R. Kelly trial with this can't consent. And your breakdown about how they could not, use the parents because the parents couldn't consent. Everybody knows that. However, it was worth making a freaking argument just to show what the public wanted to see, which was that constituent who took the stand against him, who lived with him, who spent his money, who did everything in the world to be with him, was conniving. This was all a preparation of taking down R. Kelly. Hopefully and wishfully thinking something like that could have been proven in a court of law. And I said hopefully and wishfully thinking. But amongst me and a whole lot of other people out here, they are aware. They know. It just doesn't unfold that way when you are truly in support of a person. It just doesn't unfold that way. But you won't let them have it because you want to keep blasting out Robert Sylvester Kelly. You like doing that. You love it, right? But let's jump over to Sean Puffy Combs. You says that their cases are not the same. And I'm saying that, what if? Will you eat those words? I'm just saying, what if? Because right now you only been through, I believe, 3 people on that stand. I believe that there might be 4 or 5, as the public is stating out here, coming from someone who is really getting down on that paperwork. Your deliverance on paperwork, it kind of reminds me of, and I don't mean this to be harsh about it, was Infamous Sylvia. I can't watch neither one of you motherfuckers read that shit. You got to stop with your note. You got to stop it because you got to listen to a motherfucking story time. You got to listen to who did it all. But I'm gonna tap into somebody that maybe might help you when you decide to read it. We also have out here, what's his name? This Ask Attorney person, right? He's pretty funny, but he's good as hell. I like his opinion, right? He has a few storylines into his stuff, but I'm not over there to take notes from him. I'm over there because I like his freaking channel. White attorney, right? But just what if these next 4 or 5 character witness who's taking a stand, who has, I believe, as they stated, could possibly have the immunity, just like the people in the R. Kelly. We're not going to prosecute you. We're going to give you the immunity, right? But you need to say this, and this needs to be done. Overall, I think that it's fair to say that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, fans or supporters, had rolled into a big percentile number of watching the prosecution develop a case that was so preponderous for his attorney to challenge in such a way. And that's fair to say. When you, it's fair to say, they compound this on, they pound this on, they put this, they put this on, they brought shit back from the goddamn dead on this man. They did. To have a big, you know, argument about the Aaliyah thing. Aaliyah thing was done and over with, moved on. Go back a lot of stuff. But these people that have these immunities, because they were apprehensive of what the government was going to do to them. You and I both know that a lot of those people sat up there with a whole lot of bullshit, a whole lot of it against that man. To me, you seem to be okay with it because, of course, you like the law better than someone cheating to win something with commingling the law. You like it that way. And stick to the law. Did they cheat, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly? Absolutely. And you know they did. You know they did. But that's your perception of things. Like you say, it doesn't bother you one way or the other. And that's why you preach ridicule in your rumble, bumble, jumble of words when you are delivering your perception in the law, of the law, by the law. But back to P. Diddy, because there's about 4 or 5, I believe, as they say, that will be also taking a stand. These could have been 4 or 5 or whatever that, could have been prosecuted as well, but decide to take the low road. They didn't take the high road. Champs and stuff take the high road out with the head held high. Admit that, okay, I did this, but they gonna let P. Diddy go down by itself, just like a lot of people that was around R. Kelly. Going down by itself, bro. I'm gonna have to jump in on this storyline, make it sound good, man, because that life ain't for me. What if one of those character witnesses that takes the stand that was probably offered immunity talks about a time when they were a child? I'm just saying, would it be the same then? See, I think that prematurely boasting yourself before you've gotten all of the entire trial transcripts or hearings to hear it before you get them would have been a fair assessment of making in your difference in these trials. But already, what these people gonna say on the stand, what they're gonna do and how it's gonna turn out. You just prematurely made an observation And that's the problem that I have with a lot of people out here. And it's the reason why I don't opinionate on quite. So I want to see it all. I can't tell you what X, Y, and Z is about to say on this stand or who it's going to be until they come up. And I want to hear it. And listen to the argument. You prematurely set your rusty ass over there and go make a decision like this. Well, this is why they got R. Kelly. But what if, and I'm just hypothetically speaking of, if there is a person that comes up there and start talking about some minor situation or the age and things or such like that. That could be possible, right? Right? It could be possible. Because you don't even know what the hell the next witnesses are going to say or who they are as of now. I'm pretty sure it's out there about Monday, but I'm just saying, and I can't stand prematurely observations. Can't stand, eats me up. Like, wait a minute, hold on. Don't just give us pieces so that you'll have to be recanting some shit about, oh, this is what I mean. But you know what I find funny though, real funny, as this alleged legal, whatever you do, an attorney can't even understand why you would even made a pre-observation on that. What attorney would have done some bullshit like that? Now, I can show you a whole bunch of other attorneys that I've listened to, and not a single one of them have made pre-observations. What they have done was talked about what was already given to them at hand for that day. They have their perceptions of opinions for what happened that day, not for something that has to happen in the near future. But you know, I'm gonna tell y'all, court trials is unpredictable, but still up under the basis of the law. They could be unpredictable. Where I'm from is usually still based on let's throw some shit to the wall and see what sticks. But we'll also find some statute, some old ass law, whatever, that can help it stick. You know, they'll do that. You are hilarious. All right, let me see if I can hear this shit from you. I gotta go.
This trial. Of course, if you would
And I'm gonna say this right before I find this shit because the crazy thing is that I've never seen in the lifetime of me someone who has all these claimants of what they are and who they are, and to repeatedly say, oh, I would never, oh, I would never, and I would never, but you do. How could someone alleging of your genius effect about the law, speaking of the law, gets to, as opposed to someone who makes these statements according to their perception, grabs your attention so easily like that to want to go into a debate? How? How? I'm trying to understand it. I've seen all of these experts or professionals out here, all they do is ignore the ridicule. You love to engage in. I'm trying to see, what does that say about a person like you? Could that mean that you're part ghetto your damn self? Could that mean that you love doing this shit to a person? All of these professionals, on these channels out here, you're the only one that I've come across with the claimant of a mother sucker not knowing the law, and you going to school, and this is what you do, but you revert all of this knowledge, the talent of the person that you say you are, to address what you presume is the lowest in the class of you. In other words, who the fuck leaves Stanford to go over to UW Whitewater to argue with a person? You want to argue with your person over there in your atmosphere. Wait, what you stand for people. Not denounce yourself back down, lower to the lower grade. Oh, the fuck you. So your intelligence of how you highly think of yourself, yeah, you need to bring that down a notch too, because you're not. That's when your whole unintelligency of human behavior kick in. And that aligns with part ghetto. You're part, you're ghetto. You're just as ghetto as everybody else.
With that indictment. If it weren't mine.
Okay, here we go. Let me go here.
Crazy to me. That is the crazy. If I ever meet somebody that has herpes, and I see that.
Oh, I wanted to bring this up too, right?
And based on his doctor, based on the fact that the people around him allegedly have herpes, whatever, there was, part in one of the elements that he exposed people to herpes.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause that. Let me bring this to you guys' attention. She's pointing out the fact about the argument of the transmitted disease called herpes. She was going, oh, she put a lot of emphasis and oomph in this because she wanted to, of course, make it known that allegedly R. Kelly has this herp situation going on, right? And she also argued that nobody else knows what the hell they talk about. And if you have it, then you need to put the black and white paper up about it, right? Now, scrolling through your timeline, and you guys know that if you have clicked on or a couple of times or here and there to hear what others are saying, you'll eventually start getting their things throughout your timeline. So prima donna kaleidoscope, she comes down the timeline and she, with her wording seems to me to be rebuttaling back to the catfish about this diagnose of the situation, right? A lot of people out here made the whole argument about, well, it could have been possible that this was something that was transferred from the female to Mr. Kelly, but because how it played out in the courtroom, and because we all know that she, catfish, likes to indulge into the law, never addresses it that way. See, because the females start saying it first, that they attracted this and they attracted that. So, of course, they had a partner, and the partner was Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. So, let's put this all on Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Big arguments went down out here about, well, wait a minute. Most of the females were already in a previous sexual activity. Could it have been possible that they attracted it through previous partners? It's possible, right? But however, they brought this awareness to Mr. Kelly, and he ended up being the person on the chopping block for allegedly sleeping with these women. No other men had been brought forward or tested or anything because they made it all about Mr. Kelly. And when you think about it, these were some of the people that also was granted a specific type of immunity. Okay? I'll let that sink in. That was probably planned out to have, to do against him. But because it's there in black and white on who they pinpointed on, who they wanted to put this um, situation on, he became the golden goose that they had to cook. Okay, we all know that allegedly a lot of these females were previously sexually active way before they got with Mr. Kelly. But none of that was brought, to, I believe, to challenge, where are the other people that they slept with. Anywho, so with her saying this, and then come down my timeline, I see Prima Donna post something up, and it was pertaining to Mr. Kelly not having it. I'm gonna see if I can I'm gonna come back to this. Let me see if I can go to grab it. Sometimes it's hard for me to find her page because I'm never on it, so I don't know. Right, let me show y'all what she rebutted to. Okay, so we'll do this, and I'll come back to that. Pause that, and we'll go to her posts, right? Post, and okay, so Prima Donna says this. So this made me think that she was responding to what she may have heard Catfish says. Let me share my screen. Oh my God, I gotta get out of here, y'all guys. I'm running behind schedule. Okay. So Prima Donna comes back to say this. Now, you guys heard the audio. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to this channel. I am on the ONEPAPOOSE channel. I see that I am still under 1,000 over here. So we need to get this channel up to 1,000. And I appreciate it. But please hit the like button. Share the channel. Let's get the ONEPAPOOSE channel up there to 1,000 at least, you guys. So can you guys see that? And if not, let me blow it up for you. Let me see if I can get this to blow up from over this way. No, I cannot. So I'm just going to read it to you guys. So actually, can you guys see that? Can I get a 1 in the chat if you guys can see that? Please, I appreciate it. I know it's not many of us here, but I can go up a little bit bigger. So if you guys can see that, can you let me know? So with her saying that, speaking about Mr. Kelly's argument about this whole herb thing and whether if, Bonjean talked about it or any other attorney talked about it, so be it. But she says, but hey, I'm not a lawyer and my common sense ain't too common amongst others who read the same paperwork she did. So I expect slow people to ignore why I keep saying that R. Kelly had an ineffective counsel and another, I think this is the right one. Is this the right one? Big difference between Kels and Diddy. So that's pretty much what we just basically got done talking about, right? With her mentioning the difference between amongst those two cases, with R. Kelly being having a conviction based on minors or non-consensual agreements between a minor and an adult, or her argument was also, and her argument was also that you big dummies, this is why they could not use, the parents, even though they did try to use those text messages in the trial, right? But this is what she's saying. She can't do her story. She can't do a content. She can't do a commentary without speculating or telling someone how dumb they are because of what and how she chooses to deliver something. And that's why I can't stand this mother sucker. I'm letting y'all know for the fucking record. It doesn't take all of that. It doesn't take to feel that type of way about a person. You understand what I'm saying? Just to get your point across or to make yourself the truth. And I can't stand her for the fact of how she can't stand humanity itself because everybody is different. Some may show an appearance of being the same, but a lot of us are different. A lot of us learn different, talk different, walk different. But if it's not in her walk way of life, everybody is dumb, stupid, illiterate, insane. Are you insane? And I can't stand people like that. You're not going to be the person to just continue to put people down. You can either correct it respectfully and with some sense, or I'm going to come on here and I'm going to talk about her every time I get it. I'm going to unfeather her ass with her thinking that she sits so highly up on a pedestal over others, but yet then is nowhere to be found making over $100 or $600 an hour. Like you see that Brian Steele and all of those other freaking attorneys over there. Those are the people that can talk their shit and walk in the shit that they talk. Walk it like you talk it. She far from that. You'll never see her on any panels of very highly spoken people out here who chooses to have and agree and disagree. One, because she don't know when to shut the fuck up, and she also made a statement about how rated R talk over people. Well, I can go over probably 50 videos where she never shut the fuck up, but she won't tell you shut the fuck up, because she wants to get all of the word in. Anywho, let's finish read this. Hypothetically speaking, in Prima Donna's opinion, don't matter though when new evidence proving he don't have the H word. With Trump MFs on YouTube trying to save face for participating in the when it comes to Kale. Now that part I agree with Kaleidoscope. I have to give it to her on that one, right? Because is she really trying to save faces? What was she really trying to do in helping the cousin for Levi and the Levi for the cousin? What the fuck? What the hell is his name? Levi, something like that. Infamous Sylvia. What was she really trying to dig in and say that she can possibly help to get the names removed or put it there? What was it? Never come out. But that text message is out there. It's out and it's up. But could that possibly mean that, yeah, she indulged in a whole lot of fuckery out here, over there with the drunken Larrys and the crying and the boo-hooing for that. And then all of a sudden, how she, I am getting attached to you, these crazy motherfuckers. She was so much. When you're sitting out here crying because somebody else's situation has had a downfall on oneself and you was attached. It was something attachable about that. What the fuck is she in her feelings about this? He did something. He's got to go do his time. It is what the fuck it is. And she over there boo-hoo crying. Anywho, anybody with eyes can see how Diddy has a defense team actually defending him. Now, we're going to have to give Kaleidoscope actually that point too, because we all watched how Mr. Kelly's prior defense team started off. Yeah, his court appearances. We saw it. And there was a lot of people that was just not in agreeable to what are they doing? What is this? Why are they out here speaking to insignificant people on the YouTube? Why are they, what the hell's going on around here? So we all saw those, we all saw that. But she says that they won't be on TikTok. Absolutely not. They won't be. You will not see it. Out of all of the times that infamous Sylvia had this camera up in this Brian Steele YSL prior attorney's face, and now waiting for him to come out the door, and all of the other attorneys. I don't know the the Black American attorney's name by heart, but I am aware that she's there for Puff Daddy, or even on the prosecutor side. You will probably never see them take on an invite to do a long podcast on insignificant, people shows like that. I think I might have seen Brian still pop in, one or two times, here and there, but it seems like once they say what they have to say when they leave the courthouse, and if you're there to catch a couple of minutes of a Q&A with them, they're willing to do so on that factor. But it seems like when they have such a big high level of a case like this, that's pretty much all you're going to get out of them until the case has been adjudicated, done, over with. That's it. Um, that didn't happen with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. His prior attorneys came right out the gate and got themselves involved out here on YouTube, or as Kaleidoscope says, TikTok, to talk about this man's case very openly, and answering questions that, well, hold on, you ain't even arguing in the courtroom yet, so it is what it is. But I believe that she was responding to catfish uh, on the basis of what she mentioned on that commentary over there. So she says, during the Diddy Bop, while we all see the flaws in the testimony of the star witness against Diddy compared to what we saw with Kills. And at this point, I kind of have to agree with her, pretty much on that. Now, let's go back to where we were. So, is what she was saying addressed to
So his doctor, based
prima donna, or was it addressed to any other constituents out here? I only saw uh, Kaleidoscope rebuttal back to what I think, according to what the catfish is saying, posts or commentary. So kind of made sense to me. But yeah.
you got to say they people sue them for medication and all of that. You can't just walk up and say, go to court and say, hey, I got herpes. I take herpes medicine, and I want R. Kelly to pay for it. You got to prove that he's the reason why you taking the medicine. Now, where am I? I feel like I'm on a planet. I don't know. And even if no one else went to law school around here, some of this is common sense. You don't need physical evidence for every goddamn thing to be proven in your life. Sometimes it's common sense. If I ever meet somebody that has herpes and I see that everybody that he's been with had herpes, you think I'm going to sleep with that person thinking
Now, I'll pause that, because she just literally said that you don't need physical evidence. It's common sense, right? Put a 1 in the chat. I need y'all with me on this one here. I want y'all with me on this synopsis. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard that. You do not need physical evidence. Okay? I'm like, well, okay, all right. Well, now let me listen to how she's going to explain this one. But she goes on to say that I'm not going to sleep with anybody that she can look at or become known to her that that person has slept with that person. You know what she said? Now, how in the hell, without physical evidence, are you going to be able to determine if John, the guy that you won't sleep with because you are under the presumptions that he slept with Gloria, and by you, what, looking at Gloria, or because what, Gloria is wearing or the type of shoes she has on, other than there's no outbreaks or anything on her face or something like that. You're able to tell if that person has that virus. Oh, you good. Oh, you good, good. What? Where they do that shit at, y'all? But this is a genius. This is a professional. Oh, she can analyze. She can put it down to you. She knows the word. How? Somebody explain to me. How is it that you can look at a person and tell that, oh, I can't sleep with you. Oh, you slept with Melissa? What, Melissa didn't share her health situation with you? You didn't, you actually, don't you want to see what Melissa's health situation says before you even make that determination? Before you go into a judgmental, volatile moment? Don't you want to ask Melissa at least, hey, do you have the herpes virus? Because I mean, I really like Bebe and I was thinking about sleeping with him. Or do you want to say, girl, I know you got the herpes virus because I could tell with those gym shoes you got on, and I know you got, with that fake old purse you rocking and those things, I know you got it. That's how that motherfucker. I cannot. I cannot. So you all, when you get time in the comments area, explain that one to me. Because that's clearly judgmental. That's a judgmental, insane way of looking and abstracting a fucking opinion about what the fuck she would do as based on sleeping with somebody. What in the fuck? That's probably why your head's swollen up over there with them damn pills. Probably. I said probably.
I'm not gonna catch herpes. No, I'm not gonna sleep with them at all. This is crazy to me. We're going back. I mean, Michael Jackson all over the YouTube streets. Like what? That's annoying. We can never go forward. Just go to the next case, go to the next case without going back. Here goes some dumb ass. Dumb as hell. And it should be embarrassing. I'd be like, who is helping the children with the homework? This is why the children get a late start. They don't have nobody at home to help. Their sisters can't help, the brothers can't help, because they got dumbass mom and daddy. Ugh. That's just crazy to me. That is the crazy. Just stop. Don't come over here because you're slow. Go back and read the defense transcript. Well, when you provide me a defense transcript, I'll be sure to read it. And just because the defense says it, it doesn't make it true. Just because the prosecutor.
Now, I'm going to pause that right there. She's speaking to a person that has something to say in her comment. It's fair to say that maybe that person using defense transcript was probably not the right way to say it. But when you actually take time to think above the surface level, right? Instead of thinking about bashing or attacking someone, you can actually expand your horizon to say, oh, are you saying what the defense was stating in the transcript? You could have done that. Because now that I actually hear you come back to say with a but, You actually knew what she was indicating, but you instead wanted to bash and have that opportunity to call someone stupid because it wasn't politically correctly stated, but it was there in a format for you to fucking understand it. And that's some shit how you work. I think intelligent people do exactly what I just proposed, which was think above the surface level. You didn't have to think to go in to bash this woman because you felt there was a challenge coming on, but that's how you work. You don't like those challenges, right? I think now, after you coming back with a but and then trying to explain when you already knew exactly what she was trying to say, she was asking or she was stating, in my opinion, what parts, read the parts of what the defense was saying in the transcript. So I believe that this is why she entitled it as the defense transcript. And there's several ways that she could have transcribed it. She could have reiterated it in various ways. She could have done so. But because of it's you and you think that you the shit, you come back and you bashed her. You ain't shit. Like I say, your soul, your heart ain't shit. All because you have this level of knowledge that you claim to have. And the moment you see one person or the second one or the third one, you have the opportunity to fucking strike. Mm-hmm. You ain't shit. No. So you have to ask yourself, how many people would want people like you around them instead of the other way around, where, ooh, I can't be around people like this. Let's level it up some. Let's think about how many people don't want your ratchet ass around them. Think about that. You think about that?
Doesn't make it true. But one thing, the prosecutors have to prove their case. So they're going to go forward and introduce the evidence first. And if the defense has something to counter that, then that's when they do their part, either during cross or when they have their case in chief. Like, what are we doing? It's so embarrassing. Like, what are you talking about?
Can you imagine your professor teaching a class to you like this? Can you imagine that? Because I can't. I really can't. This type of professor here will definitely have students walking. I'm going to make the damn school, that one class bankrupt. This is how you're going to teach your class. You're going to sit there and call them all dummies inside of the class? I highly don't think so. It's either that, they walk out that class, and because at that time they all become adults now, and one of them going to take it personally, and they're going to whoop your ass outside on your way home.
So if the defense is right about the girls were minors, then guess what? He wouldn't have gotten convicted of those charges because already something would have been wrong with that indictment. If they weren't minors and it wasn't no STD, then that indictment would be invalid.
Okay.
Dumb that.
Now, because I have to get ready and go, I'm going to end this with this. In Sean Puffy Combs' trial that's going on, there has been the witness on the stand. You all know her, Ventura, right? And I believe that she did speak on the fact on UTIs. Did anybody hear that? Because I did. She spoke on that fact. She spoke on the fact about her needing medication, how painful or how hurtful that she was attracting these UTIs. Everybody know what UTIs are, urinary tract infections, right? That can also lead to one thing or the other, harming your body. Okay, I'm just being careful with my words. But she did. So you all have to go, if you choose, to listen to the rest of this freaking verbiage. I didn't sit through the transcript reading because I would prefer to hear it read from other people, okay? Not here, and also not Infamous Sylvia channel. I don't care to hear it from there either, even when she's using the AI capability to read it for her. I just choose to go over somewhere else because I like that live a whole lot better. But um, she says that she's showing you the differences in the case. And she's arguing that Mr. Kelly's conviction is on the premises of minors that cannot consent. And then now she goes into the STD situation. And like I said, I believe she, as this alleged, whatever she is, making pre assumptions when it comes to Sean Combs' trial because there are other character witnesses alleged to have immunity that will be taken to stand. But when it comes to her indifferences of trying to show the community the indifferences about these two cases, there was also talk about UTIs transmitted amongst constituents in these freak offs. Where's the indifference at? They're pretty much having a very high similarity in both of these cases when it comes to these witness characters taking a stand against their opponent. Because that's all that I have to say pretty much about this bitch. Okay, it is what it is. But back to my lovely email sweetheart. I'm not gonna ever be biased about any of it, but I am glad that you brought it to my attention so that it can be cleared up. And I don't care to take sides at all. I just like to talk about what is seen or talked about coming from either side. But when it comes to Infamous Sylvia, again, in that damn book, neither one of them gets a point from me, especially in the adult field, right? I'm gonna easily been walked away. Like I stated, I've seen Infamous Sylvia, silly, what is it, Silly Rabbit something channel. She tagged back. He tagged back. That's fair fight. It's fair fight. Now, Sylvia went and sat down on whatever throne she chose to sit on. And of course, yeah, Bookham keeps coming. But I also saw Bookham when he posted up his post about Infamous Sylvia's credentials, press pass credential badge, right? Whether if it's fake or real, I pretty much don't give a fuck. But however, if it was so much as fake as the way that Bookham is pressing it on to be, we all know that infamous Sylvia would have probably now been rearrested again on some government fraud shit. Okay, we all know that she wouldn't be sitting up in the back room with the press people. They say they got 10 of them. Well, we all know that. So to watch him do his shits and giggles behind one papoose over here, that's hilarious enough for me. I'm like, oh, okay, we have at it. See, I'm not petty like Catfish, who claims that she's the one that comes out here with these saying hot mouth, like, and it was just supposed to stay stuck with her, right? It's not copyrighted. She don't make no money, none of that. So if that's the case, if the entire world would have felt the way that she felt when there's a word catchy phrase or something that comes out and it's prohibited for anybody else to use, then put it in a book and copyright it so you can make some money on suing it. Because right now, according to that live that I just watched, you just spit it out a whole bunch of hot mouth ass bullshit. I ain't gonna say all of it was bull, but I'm gonna say some of it, right? A hot mouth. But and turn around, she comes out and Rated R would use his word multiple times. He can't do it. So it's okay when she do it, but it's not okay when he do it. It wasn't catchy. Oh, I wish she stopped saying. Oh, I wish she stopped saying. But why is it that he could not wish, or anybody else could not wish, that she stopped saying hot mouth? Who the fuck did they say? I'm just saying. I gotta go, y'all. I'm getting ready. It's time to go. Want to say hi? Come say hi. There's not that many people there. I gotta go. I gotta make a run with Coda Bear. We're gonna drop her off. I hope that many of you guys can wish her the best of luck because her national starts in Ohio on Thursday, but they're leaving out a lot earlier to get their train, get the practice and all that stuff in. I will be leaving out sometime on Wednesday night or so to make it over there. So I have to work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But however, I just wanted to bring that live to you guys. I don't like people bashing down on anybody. I don't care if this person has a second or third grade level of education. You make yourself available to continue to uplift and understand. You have compassion. You ain't got to take the person home or none of that. But just because the parent wasn't available or the parent didn't have a certain education, and now that the years has progressed amongst us, I do believe in everyone grab one and teach one. You don't have to beat them down. You don't have to continue to be out here to tell them how stupid they may be because of the type of education that you may have. You don't even have to be selfish with it. You don't. You can help bring someone up to your level. But out here in the YouTube, it's just crucial, isn't it, y'all? It is crazy. Um, it's crucial. It's really cruising.
Milwaukee.
But I gotta go, y'all.
Check this out. I got this new edition here. We got this going out to all my people out of Milwaukee. We don't call this here the Biker Shuffle, the Milltown edition. Walk it to your right. Now move it on up. Hey, move it on up. Now walk it to your left. Now bring it on back. Hey, bring it on back. Now get ready. Hop out in. Now get ready. Step to your right. Now slide with it. Turn to your left with it. Walk it to your right. Now move it on up. Hey, move it on up. Now walk it to your left. Now bring it on back. Hey, bring it on back. Now get ready. Hop out in. Now get ready. Step to your right. Now slide with it. Turn to your left with it. It's the Biker Shuffle. It's the Biker Shuffle. It's the Biker Shuffle. Come on, the Biker Shuffle. It's the Biker Shuffle. It's the Biker Shuffle. The Biker Shuffle. It's the Biker Shuffle. Okay, what's up, big boots? One again. Putting it down for my Milltown friends. I love the swag and how I do it. Gotta remix so real time to do it. Come on with a beat, move my feet to it. Put it on my face, Facebook, YouTube it. Yep, I'm a homie, the best believe. Gotta give it up for all my walk in. Now walk it to your right. Now move it on up, hey, move it on up. Now walk it to your left. Now bring it on back, hey, bring it on back. Now kick with it, hop out in. Now kick with it, step to your right, now slide with it. Turn to your left with it, walk it to your right. Now move it on up, hey, move it on up. Now walk it to your left. Now bring it on back, hey, bring it on back. Now kick with it, hop out in. Now kick with it, step to your right, now slide with it. Turn to your left with it. Do the right shuffle. Do the right shuffle.
I like that song. I really did. I haven't done the biker shuffle in some time, but it was something else I wanted to find. Hold on. Oh no, never mind. I'm out of here. Y'all have a blessed day. Don't forget, hit the like button, share the freaking channel over here. And I am on the One Papoose channel. Make sure y'all go ahead and share the channel to get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate you all, but for now, I gotta go. I might be back later on